Thank you guys for watching and be welcome to Rafi's content. Today's video will be about what everybody's talking, which is The Last of Us 2 story. And I want to just give you a life lesson I learned. Well, I knew it before, but I see it right there on The Last of Us 2 story. And I know that there are a lot of people basically saying that The Last of Us 2 is not a good story, but I think The Last of Us 2 story is good. And I'm gonna show you why now, why I think so. But before we get into that, guys, let me tell you this. If you haven't subscribed to my channel, this is the opportunity for you to click on that button right there, subscribe, and then hit the bell so we can keep in touch and we can become friends. With that being said, I'm gonna talk about that was the life lesson behind The Last of Us 2 story and what we can learn and what it's about, because I guess people get the wrong perspective about this story. That being said, let's go now.
I played it innocent, a feel of discontent. I'm finally facing it all, fearless.
Alright guys, and now we're gonna start basically talking about the most shocking part of The Last of Us 2 story, which is Joel's death. And this is gonna bring us to the first lesson, life lesson that I want to talk about, which is a reaction cause another reaction. Reaction cause reaction. That sounds good, right? Well, yes, as you can see, that's a reaction of the action that Joel did back there in the first part of The Last of Us, saving Ellie from the fireflies. Because this is, if you don't know what happened in The Last of Us 2, on The Last of Us 1, which is that Joel basically rescue and save Ellie from the fireflies, because the only possible way to find a vaccine and cure was by killing her. They did some research and they find out that basically that's the only way. And that is a reaction right there, that beautiful stuff that is going on right there, which is a reaction from Abby, Abby is the doctor that he killed in the first part. That's sad. Believe me, when I was playing the game, I was, when I saw Joel's death, I said, no, I'm over, I'm done with this. I'm gonna turn off my PS4 right now. They screwed over. No, but as the story goes on, basically everything changed and the story gets even more interesting. As I said, this video is not about Joel's death. It's about something else. It's about a life lesson, which is on The Last of Us 2 story. And I spoke about it to be one of the lesson, which is a action brings out cause another reaction. But now let's go deeper, because I have heard a lot of people talking about the story is the worst ever, but I don't think the same. I think the story is really good. The only thing is that you gotta go deeper for you to find the real meaning of this story. And here's my insight about The Last of Us 2 story, life lesson, here, Rafi's content. The first one, or the first thing that I'm gonna talk about right now is, what is the story about? Is this story about Joel, Ellie, Abby? No, it's about vengeance. Vengeance. Yes, guys, that is what the story is about. And let me tell you why. When everything started, it started what? It started a search for Joe from Abby and her friends, because she wanted vengeance. That is what the story is about. But I went a little bit deeper and find a life lesson that what happened when we seek vengeance. And what vengeance brought about to Abby's life? What? Sadness, angriness, a whole bunch of problems. What else? Losses of friends. She wasn't part of the wolf anymore. They were basically wanted to kill her. And a lot of stuff because a action cause a reaction plus that vengeance, that is what vengeance brings to our life. And that's the lesson deeper inside that The Last of Us. And I guess that to that release date was the best one for releasing the Last of Us 2, especially now with all of this hatred and stuff going on. We see they show us in this marvelous story this what vengeance brings about to your life. This is what happens when you go berserk, when you go animal like Abby and like Ellie, because as you can see, Abby lost everything. At the end, the final state of Abby, I feel pity for her. I said, oh my gosh, and that's the reason why I said this is one of the best story ever, because it kept us right straight, sit down straight, looking at the screen all of the time because we didn't know what was coming next. Please guys, what you wanted, Joe killing people as before, well, I wanted that too. I wanted that too, believe me. As I said before, Joe for me was The Last of Us 2. But when I start playing with Abby and I saw what Abby is and what she was, I said to myself, she's not a bad girl. And I didn't want to, to kill her. And when I was in that chapter that she just sneak in and, she got basically Tommy, and Tommy was laid down on the floor and she was basically pointing at him and saying, toss the weapon, toss the weapon. I said, oh my gosh, what is gonna happen? But as you can see, she changed right there because she didn't kill them. And the reason why she changed, it was because that relationship between that Scar and a wolf, which is her, that she learned they can live together. She learned they can change. They can live with things behind. Let it go. So, and she spares them because that little boy said, what are you gonna do? That's a life lesson right there. That's a life lesson that we all have to see in The Last of Us story. Instead of saying that it's a bad story, it's not a bad story. It's a good story. And the same happened with Ellie. Ellie lost everything. Well, it wasn't her fault that that she lost Joe. But what about Tommy? Her friendship is broken. What about Dina and the family that she formed? A happy family. What about the two fingers? The two fingers, that's something. But well, the thing is, guys, I wanted you to see the life lesson in The Last of Us story. It's great. As I said before, this is a great story. When I was playing the game, I was like, oh my gosh, what's gonna happen now? And I totally forget about what happened with Joe. And you can go to my gameplay right now and you can just hear by yourself my reaction when I saw Joe dying and what I said next. I said, I want to just kill that little. Yes, I said that. But then everything changed. And it was the storytelling. It was the story that made me change. I said, no, she is a good girl. The thing is that we just need to understand others' perspective. That's another life lesson. That's another life lesson right there. But well, guys, Hoping that you have enjoyed this video. I made it because I heard all of these people talking that the story is bad. And as I said, this is not about the gameplay. This is not about the game itself. It's only the story. The Joe, The Last of Us, you know, the outbreak, all of that. Um, I'm pretty sure that this is not the last time that we're gonna see Abby. I guess that for part 3 she will be the connection between the Firefly and whatever is gonna happen. Maybe Firefly is gonna be back because they know about Ellie and about Ellie condition. Hoping that you enjoy this, and guys, one more time, if you want to support me, just go ahead and subscribe, go ahead and hit the bell right there, and so you can receive all of my videos, all of my content and more. Especially now I'm about to release a Netflix section. Is coming soon on my channel. Hoping that you, as me, you see deeper, you see the feeling which are involved in Ellie. Ellie at the better beginning, she was seeking justice, but then everything turned out to be a vengeance seeking. And all of that was because, and this is another lesson, guys. If you're mad with someone, don't wait too much basically to say that person, you know, whatever that happened to us, I'm sorry, you know, and let's fix things, because she didn't see that coming, that he was gonna die really soon. Guys, have a great day and thank you for watching, guys. Bye bye.